Episode 88 of Dragon Ball Super was the episode that Gohan fans were waiting for quite some time, the return of Mystic Gohan. And what I want to do here with this video is something I've wanted to do for quite some time, but I had to do a little bit of research and look back at the manga and look at Dragon Ball Super and what they're saying and actually explain as best I can what Mystic / Ultimate Gohan, what having your power unlocked actually means, based on all the facts that are given to us in Dragon Ball, the manga, DBZ, Super, and everything in between. Let's get to the video now. Now, this video is not going to be about how strong Ultimate Gohan is or, comparing him to SS3 Goku. It's not going to be a power scaling video. It's going to be more so explaining as best I can how this form actually works or how this power-up actually works. And you have to go back to Dragon Ball Z. And if you have not watched Dragon Ball Z and you're watching this video, I would highly advise you to watch the entire series again, preferably in Japanese, or at the very least read the manga. Now, if you did see DBZ, which I'm pretty sure almost everybody watching this video has, you know that Gohan actually had his power unlocked twice. The first time it was from the Elder Namek Saichoro, otherwise known as Guru, on planet Namek. The second time was from Elder Kai. Now, I found it kind of weird that when he had his power unlocked on Namek, he could have his power unlocked again. But my only explanation for this is that, and again, this is my explanation, not really the one that the series tells us, is that the ritual that the Elder Kai did worked on a divine level. And also, when Gohan had his power unlocked on Namek, obviously it's a plot contrivance by Toriyama, but let's talk about in-universe here. When that happened, it was Kid Gohan, and he wasn't anywhere near as powerful as the adult Gohan from the Buu saga. So, of course, having your power unlocked again is kind of like hitting the reset button. That's how I always perceived it. So what happened was the Elder Kai pretty much unlocked all of Gohan's dormant potential. In fact, the actual name of this, I guess, form is usually referred to as Ultimate Gohan based on merchandise. It doesn't actually have a name in the series, but Mystic Gohan, that is a fan-made name. And I always liked that name, but it is something that was made up by the fans. But nonetheless, the idea of unlocking your latent potential is a concept that's kind of difficult for us as human beings to understand, because in order for us to do this, we have to train, we have to go to the gym and pretty much sharpen up our bodies. And theoretically in Dragon Ball, that's how they've always done it. We've always seen these guys train to get stronger. The trick with Old Kai's ritual is that you basically skip all that. What he originally instructed Gohan to do and what he did with this ritual was to essentially unlock all of Gohan's hidden potential inside of him, because from the beginning of Dragon Ball Z and the introduction of Gohan, we have known that Gohan has had the most potential of anybody. Even Vegeta himself confirmed this. For some reason, Gohan has a really, really high, I guess you can say, glass ceiling. I don't really know what other word to use but that. Basically, he has the potential to become the strongest warrior. Vegeta himself even said it. The Elder Kai himself states that his psychic powers allow him to draw out all of the hidden potential of even the most skilled fighters, going beyond your limitations. So pretty much the way that it was, I guess, conceived or explained is that if you have a piece of a pie and the different layers represent the different upgrades and Super Saiyan transformations, when you are in the Ultimate Gohan or in the Mystic form, none of that even matters. You're already at complete maxed out power. Your base form, this is what we thought back then, your base form is at its absolute peak beyond any transformation. That apparently is not the case, and Dragon Ball Super has explained to us that no, you actually do have to power up to reach this form. But is this a retcon or a contradiction to the original manga? The answer is actually no, because the Elder Kai states to Gohan that, first of all, he says that the super whatever is just show business. Transforming isn't everything. In the anime version, he says that it's not really necessary to transform into a Super Saiyan because your power's already been unlocked. There's nothing to transform into that's going to make you stronger than what you have unlocked. However, what he tells Gohan in simple terms is that, well, you already know how to become a Super Saiyan or whatever. Just fire it up just like that. So it's sort of similar to transforming into a Super Saiyan, and thus for many years, I thought that when you have your potential unlocked by the Elder Kai, it's just your base form at max power. But the answer is no. There actually is a process where you have to power up into the ultimate form. And it's pretty interesting because Dragon Ball Super Episode 88 actually did a great job of really explaining how this works, that Mystic Gohan is actually its own sort of, I guess you can say, transformation or power up. It's sort of like the Kaioken, except it doesn't drain your energy. You just tap into it and boom, you do it. In fact, the Elder Kai tells him it's like turning into a Super Saiyan but using a Ki. Now, if you've taken martial arts in your life, you know what a Ki is. It's not just something that was invented for Dragon Ball. The actual Ki in real life martial arts, specifically martial arts that involve striking like Muay Thai and Kung Fu and Karate, is basically a term used for when you shout or when you basically, the way it works is you have to dig into your solar plexus and pull out your innate energy, because we all actually have energy. There's truth to this. And you actually, when you're striking, you use your vocal cords to add that extra oomph into the strike. It's hard to explain, but if you're out there and you've taken like Taekwondo, you probably know what I'm talking about. Now, obviously in Dragon Ball, when you do a Ki, you could accidentally blow up a mountain or something, because we're talking about super powered characters. But basically, when you Ki, when you power up, it's similar to transforming into a Super Saiyan, but not exactly the same. And Dragon Ball Super Episode 88 proved that. Piccolo actually, with training and with helping Gohan focus, because it's all about focusing your power and remembering how you used to do things, was able to get Gohan to go back into his ultimate form, which as it stands right now, as Piccolo stated, is his most powerful form right now. It is stronger than Super Saiyan Gohan. And it was crazy because this episode was the first time we ever saw Gohan go from Super Saiyan to actually seeing his hair flip between yellow into black. We've never seen that before, but there was some confusion, and there still is. Let's go back to Battle of Gods. Now, in the Battle of Gods movie, Gohan appears to use the mystic form to fight Beerus and, of course, get thrashed. Now, after this, in the TV version, I've had some people tell me that no, that's not mystic, that's just his base, with many of them pointing to the fact that in the TV version, Gohan did not have the bang. I'm going to talk about the bang a little bit later on in the video and why it shouldn't be looked at too much. However, there was a line in Super Episode 88 where Piccolo blatantly says, you need to use that power you used against Majin Buu. Now, here's why that line is so important. Piccolo was there when Gohan fought Beerus in both the movie and anime version. He was present, and he was there when Gohan fought in the Resurrection F part against the army and Tagoma and all that. Why would Piccolo say, use the power you had against Buu? Because it's implied, at least a little bit, that Gohan has not used Mystic/Ultimate since that fight. Even though he may have had the gray aura and the bang and the hair and all that, that may have just been Gohan powering up in his base. I don't know. That's up for debate. Let me know what you think in the comments. But either way, Piccolo referenced the Buu arc, not Battle of Gods or any other time after that. When you got to Resurrection F, though, which was just a few months later, by the way, Gohan was so rusty and slacking so hard that he didn't even know if he could even become a Super Saiyan. Then he finally did do it, and we've seen Gohan use the form, from then on after. And all this time, a lot of people thought that what Gohan was doing was stacking Super Saiyan on top of Mystic. This is not stated in the original manga, but it was a very popular theory that kind of made sense, and as a result of that, you would think that the mystic power, your unlocked potential, plus a times 50 multiplier would make you really, really strong, but that does not appear to be the case. That's a good theory, but Dragon Ball Super has shut that theory down because of what happened in Dragon Ball Super Episode 88, where we see Gohan ascend back to Ultimate. So the conclusion here is that pretty much this entire time, and before I actually say this, I want to say that some of you guys are going to think this is kind of contrived and kind of bad writing on the part of like the Super, Toei and whatnot, the Super people. I kind of agree with you, but that's not the point I'm making. This is the conclusion that they're giving us. This is not something I really agree with. It does seem a little bit unrealistic to me, but apparently, allegedly, whatever, Gohan literally forgot, I guess you can say, how to tap into that power. He has not been able to use that power whatsoever until Dragon Ball Super episode 88 when Piccolo got it out of him. So those fights you saw with him against the Universe 9 guys, and those little moments when Toei was teasing us about Gohan going back to Mystic, that was just a tease building up to this moment. So in some ways it actually makes sense. Now I do want to address one last thing, because I know I'm going to get this in the comments, about Gohan's little bang in the front. When Trunks was leaving to go back to the future, we saw the bang, we saw him fight with the bang, and a lot of people have associated Gohan's one bang in front of his forehead as him being in mystic form. And that is not correct, because we see the bang, we see Gohan with the bang even before he even had his power unlocked. The bang does not necessarily mean that Gohan's in that form. Even though many of us remember him in that form, in that bang, that's not what it means. And this episode, episode 88, pretty much proved that one. So to conclude, you have to look at it like this. Everybody in Dragon Ball has potential. Everyone has an internal potential that you can unlock through training or through the Elder Kai ritual, but you have to remember how to actually unlock it, and Piccolo certainly helped Gohan remember how he unlocked it. Now the question remains though, can Gohan at this point train his body to become stronger? Episode 88 once again comes to the rescue, because Piccolo says that he does not believe that is the extent of Gohan's power and that he should be able to go even further. So yes, even if you have your potential unlocked, if you train your body, you can still get significantly stronger, which again makes sense as to why in Namek, when he had his power unlocked, it was not anywhere close to being as solid as it was when the Elder Kai did it. He was older and he was a lot stronger than he was on planet Namek. And I believe that even if you have your potential unlocked, it's only your potential for that period of time, and you can still hit the gym, and you can still hit the Room of Spirit and Time, and you can still train with one of your two dads, Piccolo or Goku, and become stronger. It's just that Gohan forgot. Hey, don't blame me. Don't shoot the messenger. Blame the writers if you don't like this, but if you're a Gohan fan, you should be happy that Gohan is back to where he should be. So again, I'm just telling you what they're telling you. I'm trying to simplify it. That's what I do here on Geekdom 101. If you are new to the channel, of course, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, like it. It means a lot to me and it helps me out a lot. And share the video out to your friends. Everything on this channel is all about logic and research. That's what we do. We don't play around with headcanons, and if I do play around with them, I definitely tell you ahead of time. But this is how I perceive this. If you disagree with me, that's okay. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you disagree with. And if you do agree, and if the video helped you out understanding the mystic form, then definitely leave a comment on that as well. And I also cover Star Wars and movies from time to time. Thank you so very much for your support. And if you want more videos like this, here they come.